Alright guys, this is the fifth video in the series from Walkthrough.js about AngularJS and Node and Knex. So in this episode, we're going to go ahead and create the route handlers in todo control.js, and then we're going to require todo control and add the endpoints to server.js. I'm sure you have the question, why are you not using a router? I don't know. I like this. It's the way I do it. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go over to todo control. So now we have this empty object. Let's go ahead and get started. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to use a little ES6 magic here. If we have a duplicate key and a duplicate value, you can actually just leave it as one value. So we're going to create a few routes. We're going to say get all, get one, add one, change one, and remove one. Maybe delete one. We'll do delete one. Delete one. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create these functions below here. Just to define them. So we're going to say function. Actually, before we do that, we need to require the instance of Knex, which is in db /Knex. So we're going to say var Knex equals require /db /Knex. So let's get started. So here we're going to have function get all, and then it's going to take RektRes, and then let's go ahead and put this in here. So to connect, there's a whole playlist about this in my channel about the deep part of Knex, but we're going to kind of go through this a little bit quickly. And we'll kind of explain it as we go. So to get all of the to-dos, we have to say Knex.select, and that selects all from the table to-dos. Then we're going to have a trusty callback. And actually, let's just be all ES6y about that. We'll say to-dos. And then we're just going to res.send to-dos.rows. And you know what? I'll show you to-dos, and then I'll show you why I do that. Let's move on. Let's do function get one. And we'll have RektRes. And in here, we're going to say Knex.select, and then below that, we'll say from to-dos where, you know what? Where ID equals rect.params.id. So in the endpoint, we're going to have a param called ID that we're going to retrieve, and then we'll have a .then. Let's do this. I'm just going to, so when you return this, it doesn't actually return everything. So I usually just return all the to-dos. And this will go ahead and send it for me. And this will be a whole huge list. So then now that we have the get all and get one, let's do function add one. and we're going to have RektRes. Here we're going to have Knex, and a little different syntax this time. To-dos dot insert, which is like holy crap easier rather than having to write out the whole SQL query. We'll say title. You know what? We'll make this all pretty. We'll take this here, put that there. Title is rec.body.title. And then we'll say down here, .then. And then we will do the same thing that we did last time. So we'll do this. Okay. Moving on. Let's do the update function, which in this is called change1. So we'll say function change1, and we will say rect.res. And for this one, we're going to do the same similar syntax. We're going to do Knex to-dos, which is our table, .where id equals rec.params.id, because we'll be passing that in as well. And then we're going to update the chances are this is probably going to be a completed one, so we're going to make that assumption as of right now. We'll say rec.body.completed. If we want to go back and change it later, we will. And then after this, we're going to say .then, and then do our little copy-paste deal. We could probably refactor this to make this a little bit more beautiful, but for now it'll do. And now, so let's do the last one, function remove, no, delete. Delete one. We're gonna have a RektRes. And so here we're going to do Knex to-dos where id equals rec.params.id, and then we'll just say simply .delete, and that'll go ahead and delete it, but just for argument's sake we'll say .then, and then have our little arrow function here and say this. All right. That should be good for this. If we have anything we need to fix, we will. So route handlers, check. Let's require to-do control. So var to-do control equals require to, or so we should say /to-do control.js, and just remove that. So now that we have access to that, let's go ahead and create our routes. And so we'll just do that right here. We'll say app.get /to-dos, to-dos control.get all. Then we will copy paste this a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so to-dos /id, or :id rather, which will get us get1, because we're saying this is the rec.params.id that we're passing into there, so that'll have that. App.post, and that will be add1. Then we have app.put, to do change, seriously, change, for real, change one. And then we have delete. This will be delete one. Awesome. We'll test one of them just to see if it's working. So we'll spin this server up, nodemon server.js. Oops, something's broken. Missing after to-do control 58. 58. What are we missing? Oh, yes. We need to close the dot then. Maybe do that too. Let's see about this. Say localhost 8000 /choose and see what happens. Awesome. We got that working. So we're going to make this blanket assumption that everything else is working for now, and if we need to go back to and fix it later, we totally will. Awesome. Well, that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or comments, shoot me a comment down in the comment area below. Like and subscribe, tell your friends. See you in the next video.